I was just on the phone about 5 minutes ago talking to my friend about, cryptocurrencies and blockchain technologies. And, I was just thinking to myself, like, with everything moving forward in terms of technological advancement, it makes perfect sense when we start to think about things from, I want to say, a more astrological perspective or a spiritual perspective, whichever one you like to classify it as, which is specifically the Age of Aquarius that we're in, right? So I believe it's like every 1,000 years or like every 150 years, we enter a new sign where when we enter that sign, society as a whole starts to kind of, there's like an influencing energy that sign embodies that people start to embody and start to think like and start to build life like in a more positive direction, but with that sign's influence. So if it's Pisces, which I believe that was like the previous stage that we were in, then people would have sort of like an influence to be more spiritual or to like philosophize a lot of things, like create philosophies and like really like discover like the mysteriousness of life, like a whole bunch of like other stuff. But since we're in the sign of Aquarius, Aquarius is...
It's 1:30.
Okay, girl. Aquarius is the sign that is all about inventiveness, analytics, and I want to say rebellion, but not rebellion in the sense like, oh, well, bitch, fuck you. It's like, oh, well, bitch, fuck you in the name of I deserve better because I know how to attract better situations, so I'm going to apply it and it's going to work for me. That's how Aquarius people are. And they can think things backwards, frontwards, sideways, up, down, left, right, everything. Whereas a lot of people don't really have that tact. A lot of people have to work hard to have that motherfucking tact. Okay? And Aquarius people just naturally have that because they are that dynamic thinker. And it's I don't want to say it's no brainer, but it's interesting how I believe the Age of Aquarius started sometime in the 1900s. And I believe the age of the internet came about in the late 80s and early 90s. And look at how much it revolutionized our world. You're watching me on the internet right now. Like, you probably never even met me in real life. Girl, for all you know, I could exist in theory. I could be a motherfucking projection right now. But bitch, you see that, you're talking to me right... Well, you're not talking to me. I'm talking to you about whatever the fuck on your phone, on your computer, on your motherfucking TV screen, or whatever. And it's like, decades ago and years ago, that shit would not even... What? If you was to come up to somebody out of nowhere in the 1800s and say like, oh yeah, I'm talking to somebody on a screen, niggas is gonna look at you like, what kind of future are you from? So what I'm trying to say is like, you see how this is the normal to us? That means that there's going to be new normals for us in the future. And it's interesting that Bitcoin came about and blockchain technology came about around like 2006, 2007, 2008, I believe, which is about maybe 20 years after the age of the internet came about, which was the late 90s. So, the late 80s and early 90s. So that was probably 20 years or 25 years. I don't know the calculations. But it's like, here you have cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology that is basically a system that verifies its own goddamn self. and doesn't need the traditional banking systems. You can transfer your money globally across the motherfucking world, and they'll have that money in less than seconds. You have technology like Ripple, Litecoin, Dash, a whole bunch of other coins that specialize in fast transactions. And it's like you can pay other people in less than like 6 seconds. That shit is incredible. Okay? The regular financial institutions today literally take at least like a good 4 to 5 business days to transfer your shit globally. Because I have to go from one bank to this bank, and they gotta make sure that make sure it verifies with them and they're all right with it, and transfer it to the next person. And all of that is so archaic. And that's where the Age of Aquarius comes in, because the Age of Aquarius is just like, girl, that is so old, outdated, tired, and through. There has to be a new system. And so for me, I see like, okay, like it's like fitting a puzzle piece. Like the way I look at it, it's like a puzzle piece coming together slowly but surely. So it's like you have the introduction to like debit cards and credit cards, which is basically a card that digitalizes your funds. Because your money in your bank account is not a tangible thing. It's not a physical thing. You can't go to your Bank of America and say, hey girl, I want to see Kevin's vault. They're gonna look at you like, girl, your money is literally in your savings and your checking account. Okay, babe? You're not going to be able to go into motherfucking vault and touch on the dollars. It's numbers on a motherfucking computer screen. So that right there is way more convenient than carrying around a load of cash in your wallet, in a suitcase, in your, I don't know, wherever people keep cash in. But you know, it's way more efficient. And it's like these little things that is introduced to us in society, it starts to grow and becomes normalized. And we live in a society that's even more technologically advanced than before. So that's just my food for thought, you know? That's just my food for thought. And let me know what you guys kind of think about that as well, because it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Like it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Alrighty, guys. So I'm going to catch you guys later. Bye.